Right, in this lesson we're going to be doing another VSL. In this one we have chosen this brand, London Nootropics, supplement, coffee, whatever you want to call it. But I've already created a brief for it and I've got an angle that we're going to use. But for this, what I want to do before we start is let's think about the concept. So we're going to be doing like a kind of UGC style. Now, UGC style doesn't mean that I actually go out and get a UGC creator. We have AI, right? But what I'm thinking about for this concept is I want like a more branded VSL. So like our previous ones are going to be like those kind of scammy looking ones. It's got like B-roll, a doctor in it. You know, it's got the red headlines, black writing, stuff like that. That looks kind of more like the Nuru style. What we're going to be creating here is more of a kind of on-brand aesthetic VSL. And the way that we're going to do that is by writing, we're going to prompt this to write it not as an authority figure, as like a consumer of the product. Almost like they're giving a review, but they're going to have certain talking points. So this is the angle that I'm going to use. Basically like feeling jittery from coffee, right? Or maybe we should use the crash. We're going to use something similar to that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to copy and paste the entire brief. Now what I'm going to say is write a 4-minute UGC style VSL for this offer. I want the narrator to be a user of the product, almost like a review style, but they will have all the educational talking points. Right, the angle is, let's actually go back up to our pain points. Let's go for like freedom from the coffee jitters and crashes. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to one-shot it again, but then I'm going to go in, we're going to go heavy into the hooks here because, well actually let's see what comes out first. So when you one-shot it, you'll find that the hooks are good, but they're not as punchy as we really need them to be. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I want something like that's really like problem aware, that's talking about something like, so it's like this, like, okay, so I need to tell you about something that literally changed my entire morning routine, and honestly, it's made my whole day. Right, that's more like the lead. I need the hooks to be more like, I used to drink 5 cups of coffee a day, and by 2 p.m. I was completely unfocused, had the jitters, and had major crashes, something like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, give me 10 one-line hooks, super punchy and problem aware. We need to call out the problem of jitters and crashes. Let's see what that comes up with actually. That's quite a good one. Your coffee is supposed to wake you up, not give you a panic attack. Coffee is literally... This is quite a good one. But I want it to be from like I. Make these again, but this time speak as if it's personal experience from the narrator. There we go, these are better. Right, so let's pull this into here. That's quite a good one, I like this. There we go. There we go. These are better, they're punchier and they feel authentic. I needed coffee to function, but it made me feel awful. Turns out I didn't have to choose between energy and feeling good. My heart would literally race every time I drank coffee, and I just accepted it as normal until I found this. My coffee was giving me more anxiety than energy, and I didn't realise there was actually a solution. So we've got our 3 hooks, they were nice and punchy. Let's go back and pull in our the rest of this and see what we're working with. I don't like that being bold. Right, so, okay, so I need to tell you about something that literally changed my entire morning routine. Get rid of that. If you're someone who needs coffee to function but absolutely hates how it makes you feel, the jitters, the anxiety, that awful 3 p.m. crash, then you need to hear this. Because I was that person. I was drinking 3, sometimes 4 cups of coffee a day just to stay awake, and by 2 p.m. I was either reaching for another cup or literally falling asleep at my desk. My hands would shake during morning meetings, my heart would race, and don't even get me started on how anxious I felt all the time. This is really good. I thought that was just what coffee did, that it was normal. Turns out it's not. Perfect. To get rid of that snus. So here's what I didn't understand. Regular coffee doesn't just give you energy, it literally triggers your body's stress response. Like every time you drink it, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline and stress hormones. That's why you feel wired but also anxious at the same time. And the caffeine, it blocks these things in your brains called adenosine receptors, whatever that is, which makes you feel alert. But here's the problem. Your body still produces adenosine. Oh my god. So when the caffeine wears off, all that built up, whatever that word is, hits you at once. That's the crash. That's the 3 p.m. that makes you feel worse than you did before your first cup. I was also spending like £4 every morning at the coffee shop, feeling anxious all day, crashing afternoon, and then lying awake at night, and my nervous system was still overstimulated. It was exhausting, expensive, and I just thought there has to be a better way. That's when I found this Flow Coffee by London Nootropics. And I know, functional coffee, it sounds like another wellness trend that tastes terrible and doesn't actually work. I was sceptical too. But here's what makes this completely different. It's actual coffee, like freshly ground, roasted coffee that actually tastes good. But they've added these things called adaptogens, specifically lion's mane mushroom and rhodiola. Right, thank you, more educational. Now, lion's mane isn't just some random mushroom. It actually supports something called neuroplasticity, basically helping your brain make new connections. Clinical studies show that it can improve focus and mental clarity. And the rhodiola, this is the game changer. Get rid of that. It's what they call an adaptogen, which helps your body adapt to the stress. So while the caffeine is giving you that alert feeling, the rhodiola is actually regulating your stress hormones. It's like giving a bouncer the door to your nervous system, saying, okay, we'll take that energy, but we're leaving the anxiety outside. That's really good. That's a nice little analogy. The result, you get a clean, focused energy without the jitters, without the anxiety, and without the crash. I'm not going to lie, I didn't believe it would actually work. The first morning I tried it, I was like, this is just coffee with mushrooms, what's the big deal? But about 30 minutes in, I realised I felt focused, not wired, not jittery, just clear. I got through my entire morning without reaching for a second cup. I didn't have that heart-racing feeling that during my 10 a.m. presentation. I didn't have that. I'm just going to get rid of that. That doesn't feel natural. And here's the crazy part. At 3 p.m, when I would normally be face down on my desk, I was actually still going strong. It's been 3 months now and I'm obsessed. I've replaced my entire coffee habit with this, holding up sachets. So it's actually giving us some like editing stuff here. 1 sachet in the morning, I'm good for the whole day. My sleep is also better because I'm not overstimulated. My anxiety is way down and I'm saving so much money because I'm not buying multiple coffees a day. Plus, they use actual clinical grade ingredients, like the exact amounts, 250 milligrams of lion's mane with at least 45%. Could we get rid of this? Maybe, but I'm going to leave it in. This isn't just mushroom dust, it's pharmaceutical grade stuff. So here's the deal, get rid of that shit. We do not want any of that. You can try it with just a 12 sachet box for £12. That's literally £1 per serving. Compare that to your daily coffee shop run, £4 and £5. You're saving money and actually feeling better. But honestly, if you're like me and end up loving it, which you will, go for the 60 sachet box and the subscription. It's £38 instead of £48, and it shows up at your door every month so you never run out. Plus they give you this thing where you can cancel or adjust anytime. No weird commitment. This is actually really good. Like, this came out really good at the start. You're not always going to get this, but you can see how this is going to work. Boom. Perfect. So you can see my thought process between this. The only thing that we really needed to do was kind of copy chief it and take out some of the AI shit, and this actually came out really well. It's authentic. It goes over the education. It shows them the real problem, which is like what they're experiencing, and it's because your body's releasing cortisol and adrenaline and all these stress hormones. It's showing the real solution, which is the lion's mane, which has like neuroplasticity, and it also has the adaptogens. So this is kind of, I don't want to say perfect, nothing's perfect, but this came out really, really well. The only thing that we really had to do was get 3 punchier hooks in here. So that is it for VSL scripting. I think I've done enough examples for you to kind of understand how to exactly do this. Now, like, I'm quite experienced in this, so I know how to do it really quickly. You might need to re-prompt Claude multiple times if you're not getting out what you want. The important thing is here that you need to just be following the logical steps that the consumer would be taking. Like, does this call out their problem, right? Does it make logical sense to them, right? Are we showing them their current situation and what life could be like after it? And that's kind of all you need to do throughout all of your copy. You need to be making sure that it makes logical sense. Are you calling out the problems? Are you agitating it enough? Are you showing them how life could be better after they buy the product? And then the nuances come from, is this a doctor speaking? Is this the brand owner speaking? Is this a creator speaking? Because then we need to change the language. But AI is going to be good at doing that as long as you give it the prompts like I give at the start, so almost like a review style, but they'll still have the educational talking points, like very simple prompts. But you just need to keep all of this in mind when you are going through it, and obviously awareness levels as well. So that is it for VSL examples. In the next lessons, I'm going to go over basically how to create the visuals with AI, also how to use HeyGen, and how to brief your editor.